And that's because the vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in your body, so it goes from your brain all the way down through your abdomen to your colon. And you can see the tympanosclerosis here, sorry just to interrupt. So where the arrows are, you see those white splodges? That's scar tissue. And it's not going to harm the patient, it's not going to affect your hearing. It's just something very interesting that I thought I'd mark with arrows there. So there we go, there's the left ear done. So the vagus nerve actually has a few important functions in your body. And so it not only provides sensory information to parts of the ear through Arnold's nerve, but it also controls various things like sensory information from your throat, your esophagus, your lungs. It has various motor functions, like it can slow your heart rate down and so on. And when you basically brush up against Arnold's nerve inside the ear canal, you might elicit a cough response because you're essentially stimulating another part of the vagus nerve. And interestingly, if you're unlucky enough, you may in fact, in very few cases, this is very, very rare, but a patient might faint, so they'll have what we call syncope. And that is because, as I mentioned before, one of the jobs that the vagus nerve has is to slow your heart rate down. And when you brush up against the ear canal with these patients, again, it's never happened to me, but there are documented cases of this where the patient will faint due to bradycardia. And bradycardia is just a low heart rate, essentially. And tachycardia is a high heart rate. So again, I'm just working through this very soft wax with the Jobson horn there. And when I go up to get the wax on the roof of the ear canal, that's when it happens. And you'll see just for a brief moment in time, the camera will experience a bit of an earthquake effect, which is the patient violently coughing. And you'll see me exit out of the ear fairly quickly with the Jobson horn. So just getting past this hair and getting that last little bit. So there's no scar tissue on this side, which is interesting. So you must have only had injury or infection on the other side. So just get this last piece, and again I'll show all of this an after picture of the tissue and what's in the tank as well. There's not too much to show actually. So we'll just clean off the Jobson horn, and this is perhaps one of the disadvantages of using manual tools so frequently, is that you might elicit Arnold's response. But here we go. So just as I touch the backside of the ear canal, there we go. So you can see he's coughing, 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 and immediately I whip out the Jobson horn to prevent it from knocking around in the ear canal. So now instead of using the Jobson horn, which will elicit the response, I'll go back to the suction probe and just drag this rather large piece of wax out that could block up his hearing aid. And just drag it down, and there we go. So quite a fascinating topic, Arnold's reflex. And actually vagal nerve stimulation has been has been the subject of intense scientific research, because when you stimulate the vagus nerve, it can do various different things, and it's actually been studied as a treatment for depression, amongst other things as well. So it's a very well researched cranial nerve there. So again, just mopping up here, but again, I don't really want to be brushing up too much against the ear canal wall in case the patient coughs again. So there we go. Nice looking eardrum there, slightly thickened, but it's absolutely normal and fine. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this